Norman Rockwell, an American artist who was most famous for his Saturday Evening Post magazine's cover illustration, played a significant role in the matter of social progress. Born in New York City in 1914 and talented at a young age, he depicts social issues by using his most powerful communication tool, the paintbrush, with the use of incredible painting skills and attention to the slightest detail. Norman Rockwell writing American society in the way he could do best. We can ask ourselves, who did Norman Rockwell's painting find their way into the American heart and encourage the rise of human rights from the perspective of an American? Norman Rockwell gives us an idea behind the matter of progress through one of his statements. I just wanted to do something important, he said. Important he did. During the 1960s, the American population remained discriminatory against the African American population, as they were considered to be inferior to white Americans. Crimes were committed and injustice was, was all over the place. That includes the story of Ruby Bridge, who was a 6-year-old black girl that attended elementary school on the 14th of November 1960. The first day of New Orleans court order integrated school, and angry mob gathered outside the same school that Ruby attended, shooting obscenities at the young girl. Anyone who had watched the news knew about this event. Rockwell was no exception. In 1964, Rockwell paints representation of the event named "The Problem We All Live With." We can see on the painting the child wearing a white dress and being escorted by marshals to protect her on her way to school. Rockwell ensured that Ruby would be the main focal point of the painting by having given her a white dress. It creates a high contrast with her dark skin, therefore making her the most interesting thing to look at. Any vivid color could be picked for the dress, but Rockwell might have wanted to picture her as an angel. An angel, but not a free one. The symbolism behind the marshal while walking in sync visually block Ruby. She is small compared to them, meaning that at first sight, without any context bias, she could be constrained, protected, or bowed by the marshal. Will the latter creates tension. The split-tailed tomato, as well as the racial slow tiger on the wall, give us all the information needed to imagine what's behind a point of view. An angry mob. What's even worse to think about is our spot in the picture, as if we were part of the move, standing and witnessing the ongoing horror without taking action, making us feel guilt and empathy for Ruby. Nothing detail after detail. We wish we could answer her safety. Speaking of safety, Rockwell embraced human rights and who they all married to from what is called freedom, which is the United States' most praised value. In in 1941, the American President Roosevelt delivered his State of the Union address where he expressed his vision of a post-war world in which peace and freedom would stand strong, inspired by Roosevelt's speech. Rockwell identified four freedom what were mentioned in the speech: freedom of fear, freedom of want, freedom of worship, and freedom of speech. No long after the speech, Rockwell painting the famous series of full painting illustrating freedom Americans take for granted. As a result of the positive response from the public opinion, the painting toured in 16 cities throughout America and raised over 154 million US dollar and was born to support the American troops facing the Axis power abroad. Rockwell was therefore contributed to his country's safety and social progress simply by painting, which ended up being a success.